just going towards peace and focusing on my goals. And if people aren't supportive, they can't celebrate my wins, if they want to distract me and hurt me and all that stuff, then I definitely don't belong here, and that's fine. I will remove myself. And they did not expect that. They thought that you would put in more effort to try to fit in, to as if they are that important. As if you need the validation of an abuser. Like, the fuck? It's like, yeah, the law passed last week literally protects you. Oh my God, I know, I'm so excited. They're making progress, y'all. Like, things like coercive control and like manipulation with intentional malice. Like, you know, if you could prove it, like, people can serve like real prison time now, y'all. Especially in certain countries. I know the US is still a bit behind, but especially after the Diddy situation, they've tightened up on some stuff, okay? And it's like, because it infringes upon human basic rights, is, you know, so it should have been always that way, really. It's like, thank God, finally it's starting, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's progress. That's a huge celebration, y'all, and it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so to all my survivors that, you know, chose themselves, faced their fears of, like, detaching, escaping, went through the fires of hell, okay, and found a way and the willpower to finally leave, even though you were afraid or whatever your circumstances were. Kudos, and, like, you are so amazing. I'm so proud of you. And this is the month, you know, where it's like, it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So just know that, like, don't ever let anyone silence you, y'all. Of course, you know that if you're in grave danger and somebody is going to physically attack you if you speak right then and there, but don't ever let anyone take your voice away, like, in general, overall, indefinitely, okay? Because that is exactly what keeps them doing the things that they're doing, because they're effective. And it's like, as soon as you know that you're safe and you're in a safe place, it's like, speak your truth. Don't ever shrink yourself to accommodate an abuser or a bully or whatever it is, okay? Like, no. Nobody can tell you what or who or how to do things, what makes you happy, what is healthy. It's like, you don't have to people please for anything, okay? If people don't like you and you know that you mean well and you're a good person, you have empathy, you show up and you try to understand others and you include everybody, you play fair, then you don't need them to make you feel guilty. You can know and separate yourself and be like, okay, this person's toxic. They want me to feel guilty. I'm not going to do that. That's their shame and their issue. And as much as that hurts me, because I feel like now this connection is going to go AWOL or just not continue, that's not my problem. I'm not the one who did whatever this is. You know what I mean? Oh, you're so welcome, love. I'm so glad if it resonates. I feel like different parts will resonate with different people, y'all. And I promise we're almost there, but I'm being called. I don't always get channel messages, and they're very, like, random. And I feel like they're for somebody, so I have to say them. So anyway, somebody takes issue with accepting people for who they are with joy and appreciation, especially if said person is opposite of them. Okay, they instead try to force you to adhere to the lifestyle or the matrix or the standards that they tolerate. Okay, because to see you get more than them would be an ego wound that they can't handle. And it's like, how can they ensure that you don't? By lowering your vibration, by getting you to question yourself and be insecure. And that just didn't work for somebody here, is what I'm getting. Okay, so kudos to you. Proud of you, whoever that is. So anyway, Spirit is saying do not relent. Even if somebody's, like, withholding kindness, treating you horribly to try to get you to come to them and apologize and be the bigger person. No. Do not, okay? Do not be a pushover. This is a form of conditioning to turn you into their own personal doormat of sorts. And don't. Why would you do that? Just because you don't want to be alone? That's not a good enough reason. Your own company is way better than that person's company. It's like, you're not going to abuse you. You know what I mean? You're not going to make you feel like you did something wrong when you did not. Okay, so just know that even if you care about a person and you so badly want them to care about you too, even if it seemed like they cared about you at one point and then they just changed, they didn't change. They were always that way, and they fooled you is really what happened. And so you need to be able to discern, rational thinking in those situations and realize, okay, this person doesn't have my best interest. And I can't trust a person like that. I'm in danger with a person like that. I don't know what to expect with a person like that. I can't ever feel emotional, balance with a person like that. And especially if they're your partner. Don't settle for scraps, y'all. You are so much more valuable than that. That's not what God planned for you. It's like you weren't born to accept scraps, okay, period. The end. Polyamory could be significant. Somebody could need to get their health checked. They could have, overdone something or caught something, okay? This is somebody who's likely kind of reckless with their menstrual stuff, okay? So if somebody, comes back and you know that they have, a history of that, please don't sleep with this person, okay? Because I feel like there's somebody that could have caught something incurable, worst case scenario, or they're just not on top of their health. They don't, so they could even be infecting other people but not taking it seriously, because it's they don't know for sure if something's wrong. But it's some symptoms don't show until way later, but you could be literally infecting other people. That's why it's so important to get tested, to be safe. It's I really fear for people that just sleep with whoever, and not just polyamorous, because polyamorous people can have class. It's I'm talking about swinger orgy energies, okay? And it's imagine living that lifestyle and not being safe. Oof, that's scary. That's really scary, y'all. But some people literally do that, and that's a direct rendition of somebody that doesn't love themselves. Whether they preach that they do or not, I'm sorry, it can't be disputed, because there's no fucking way. Okay, you wouldn't risk your health when it's easily preventable steps that can be taken to protect yourself. You would never, okay? So it's anyway, they don't practice safe stuff or boundaries, or they get distracted easily, they get pushed into doing things easily, and it's labeled as fun, or come on, don't be a buzzkill, do what we're doing. And even though what we're doing is toxic, but we won't say that. We're going to celebrate it instead and convince everybody that this is normalized behavior and it's fun. Yay, let's go. Let's go to the orgy this weekend. Okay, whatever it is. It's yeah, no. It's anyway, someone has a ton of secrets. This group or these people or this ex, it's they're all enablers to keep everyone on their shadow side on demon hour time, okay? All ego-based lifestyles, no healing, just addictive behaviors and escapism and selfishness, self-motivated gains, agendas, users and takers who pretend to be nice and charming, okay? They're disconnected from their soul, though. This is a bot-tastic group, y'all. Okay, they're bots, and they don't love themselves, yet they have grandiosity, and they're deluded in thinking that they do love themselves, okay? And it's funny because they'll support that theory by saying, really? I'm not chasing you. I'll abandon ship at any moment's notice. No, that's a form of trauma bonding behavior. What do you mean? That's fostering codependent behaviors and causing dysregulation towards somebody else's nervous system and traumatizing them. And that's not proving anything. That's not proving that you're codependent. In fact, that breeds obsession on both ends. Okay? Because there's no closure, there's no clarity, it's ick as fuck. Yeah, exactly. It's icky as hell. Okay? That's a perfect word for it. Anyway, so they normalize these behaviors within this group dynamic, okay? Labeling things as fun that really are dangerous, and meeting needs and non-judgment, false acceptance. What really is occurring is feeding each other's addictions and deregulated nervous systems, and all to feel like they're part of a group or a lifestyle and have some distorted sense of belonging. Okay, but nobody actually cares about anyone's greatest good. There's no actual trust. Everybody is manipulative and has their own agendas, and it's nobody puts in effort. They're all very low effort energies, and it's they don't really get anywhere successfully, or they do shady things to gain success. And it's, yeah, these people don't have good reputations. For the people that really know that, like, or their relationships don't work out because they don't show up correct, and they will then call you judgmental if you try to say anything in opposition or try to plant a seed that's more healthy, you know, instead of like doing all these orgies or swingers like events. Maybe like you should, like, is there anything else you're passionate about? Like maybe we should like discover things that you could be really into that, you know, it's like, and you're just coming from a place of like, damn, dude, you're just allowing yourself to be exploited and used by people that don't give a shit about you just to, belong in a group or feel chosen or whatever. It's delusional. It's not real. It's a matrix. And it breeds addiction on top of it. So now you're a sex addict and you do drugs to be able to, you know, disassociate from what you're doing with all these different people that you don't know, that don't care about you. It's like, it's very sad, you know, and it's definitely not the path to anywhere really good. And I'm not being judgmental. It's on a spiritual level, and it's like, you're not protected, you know, you're allowing all these energies to penetrate your auric field. And it's like, some people come with demons, y'all. And then you can't gauge what's going too far or what, damn, I'm in danger right now, but I'm laughing. Like, shit, that's scary. You know, it's like you won't be able to, it'll be distorted, like your reality testing. You know what I mean? So it's not about judgmental. It's about self-protection and prevention of bad things, yo. It's like, you know, it's one thing to be like, oh, free-spirited, polyamorous, or whatever this is. But to be reckless and not practice safety, or to not get tested regularly, or just to like not consider the severity of things, or I don't know, dude. It's just, it's toxic to me, at least. Anyway, so erectile dysfunction could be significant. Something is going on inside a house. This could be like these orgies, energies, or parties, or this could be like criminal activity, something like that. Somebody could be going through like what feels like an identity crisis. Connecticut could be significant. Ticky-tacky houses that all look the same could be significant. A false testimony could be significant. Something could have been caught on camera, or somebody could have purposely recorded something as a last resort for control and power. I was hearing lavender wedding, y'all. For those that don't know what that is, okay? I'm just going to explain. A lavender wedding can refer to two distinct concepts: a traditional ceremony that incorporates the color lavender for decor and floral arrangements, or a lavender marriage, which is a mixed-sex union intended to conceal one or both partners' same-sex attractions, and was historically used by LGBTQ individuals to navigate societal pressures, career preservation, and to gain legal and social benefits, while also being able to exercise, you know, their, you know, attracted to the same-sex tendencies, or whatever this is, okay? Now it's just enabling, and I feel like if you can't come out and be authentic with your orientation, and you live in a place like, you know, where it's accepted now, where maybe even marriage is legal, and it's like, and you're like convincing people that you're in love with them, but you're actually down low or something, that's not okay. All right. I love my queers, y'all. But closeted folks who go to great lengths to convince people that they're not, and it's like they're basically depriving a person of what they deserve by pretending to be something that they're not, to protect their own image, as if that's more important than, let's just say you're masculine and you're doing this, and there's too much shame associated, so you date women and, you know, you indulge with women, and you have a whole image set up where you get married, also that there's a foundation there that's believable, so that you can sneak off and, you know, you know, whatever it is, rendezvous with somebody. That's not okay. You can't just use people to shield your shame. Okay, you need to figure that out and leave people out of it, because that's shisty and shady and selfish and toxic and abusive as hell, y'all. period. So that could be significant. Maybe somebody here is, that's like their dream or their ideal situation. And maybe in the past it was necessary, y'all, because, you know, people were persecuted really harshly, sometimes to the point where they were like unalived and stuff. So I understand. But now, especially like in places like America or the UK, I mean, there's no excuse for that. Whether you're ashamed and your family's accepting or not, don't bring somebody innocent into it and make them feel like you're in love with them when you're not. Okay? That's not okay under any circumstance, period. So, alkaline could be significant. December 27th, February 8th, March 18th, June 13th. Something about Grim Reaper. Maybe somebody reaps souls or they reap people's energy. It's like, you know, they want you to like oppress your feelings or just like self-abandon and conform, or I don't know, something about Grim Reaper energy. Over time, that makes you a shell of a person. Please don't ever do that. That like shrinks yourself, and then which shrinks your authenticity, and then eventually you forget who you are and you don't even fight for freedom to express who you are or even have any will to discover or explore. Okay, so that is basically a death sentence spiritually. And then once you're spiritually broken, you're in grave danger. Like literally. Like, yeah, schmoocidal energy can happen, and or so, you know, you're not making rational logical decisions, so you end up putting yourself in danger, or anything could happen. Okay, so like, please, for the love of God, do not ever shrink yourself just for some irrational sense of belonging that isn't real, because you wouldn't have to do that. It's like you don't belong there is what the universe is trying to tell you. These people are not your people. And it might be hurtful because maybe you grew an attachment, but it's not worth, nothing and no one will ever be worth. I don't care if they're the father or the mother of your child. I don't care who they are. I don't even care if it was like, yo, you get my point. Okay, never. It's never worth it, ever. Okay, and if you feel like it is, then that means that you have nothing else to live for, and that's a serious problem. That's recipe for disaster in every way with any connection, and you're hanging by a thread as it is. And I'm not judging that. Just know that you're in danger, and you, like, please get help. Don't stay in a situation where you're being slowly conditioned to be a shell of a person. Okay, to forget who you are, to do things you wouldn't normally do just to get somebody to stay, or not be mean to you, or whatever it is. Please don't do that, okay? Anyway, somebody's trying to stay under the radar and not make too much noise at this time, avoiding exposure or getting caught up in something. I feel like some things have already been exposed. This is a very shady energy, selfish, narcissistic, maybe sociopathic, maybe psychopathic, who knows? I was getting warlock, and I looked up the actual definition of warlock, y'all. Warlock is a historical term primarily associated with men practicing witchcraft or magic, with origins in Old English meaning oath breaker or deceiver. Okay, while modern Wicca generally considers warlock to be a derogatory term, in some historical Scottish usage, and in popular culture, it can simply mean a male witch or a practitioner of dark arts. In modern fiction, warlocks often gain power through pacts with powerful non-natural entities. Okay. The word warlock comes from the Old English word werloga, meaning oathbreaker and deceiver. Someone acts like... So I was also getting that somebody acts like a feminist and LGBTQ supporter. Meanwhile, it's giving down low. It's giving... treats their feminines like pieces of meat and exploits them and guides them the wrong way and cares more about masculine validation, it feels like. Destructive behavior towards women hating hoes surrounding this person, evil eye looking asses, non-accepting of individual beliefs or values, and secret animosity that you didn't concede to, even though you didn't get clarity on. You boiled it down to, yeah, I'm not, there's some kind of unwelcome energy here and I'm not gonna deal with this. So that's a shame. I thought you were on my side, but if you're not, that's cool. You guys go hang out and I'm gonna go to a group that actually appreciates me. That's the healthy thing to do, y'all. Even if it even if it means sacrificing a person being in your life. They show their true colors if they're okay with that. Okay. Anyway, so there's a type of group that secretly enjoys watching other people be humiliated, treated wrongly, deprived, ostracized, bullied. Multiple times, these people or this person or this third party or whatever this is, this family, this work environment, whatever it is, multiple times they've tried to set you up for failure or betrayal, to be treated unfairly, to be disrespected, to be questioning your worth, to be like in distress, you know, not in a stable headspace. Like, they've done it multiple times, and maybe sometimes it worked, like maybe because you didn't know exactly what was going on yet. Okay, anyway, these people are toxic AF. Okay, if these are third parties, they cannot stand your ass. Clearly you're big pressure, but it's irrational. You didn't do anything with intentional malice towards these people. Okay, they're toxic as hell. They just don't like you because you choose a healthier lifestyle. You have a purpose, maybe. Maybe you have a good reputation. People, like, you have influence. I don't know what it is. It's something. Maybe you are loved. You have a family that loves you. You're popular. Whatever it is, it's like these people don't think that you should have that. Okay? So, yeah. This is the type of people that go way too far. Even commit crimes, maybe. Even... I was getting online sexual exploitation, like somehow getting photos or video clips that they shouldn't have access to, making false sex worker ads and using like videos that they like stole off somebody's phone or bribed somebody to give them, or like trying to ruin your reputation in ways is what I'm getting, and basically punish you for being unique and having control over your own life. Not settling, basically. These people don't celebrate people's wins. They don't. They could have pretended even to be you, I was getting, or like warn your energy and like then projected their energy onto you, or made fake profiles or tried to like monetize private content or information for clout or abundance, or like some delusional thirst for power or control. I feel like these people two-dimensionalize you. So, for example, let's just say you're attractive. It's like they'll try to fixate on that and say that everything you have in life is just because you're attractive. Like, you have it easy, and you do like some form of like Smex glamour magic, and that's why you get what you want. But literally, it's just ridiculous. Okay. I feel like there's so much more to you. I feel like you're so many things in one person. And even two things is threatening to somebody that like doesn't have any purpose and doesn't have their own like thing, their own hobby, their own passion, their own whatever, their own dream, their own purpose. It's like, let's say you not only have one purpose, but you actually have multiple things that you're very good at, or that you can contribute, and people respond well to it, and it's like it's very easy for you to like build community, or be met with warm energy, and people like to include. I don't know, it's like they can't stand that shit. They want you to be like only good at one thing, if that, and they wanted to try to convince people and themselves, like they wanted so badly to believe and find proof to back it up, that like to devalue you significantly, basically. Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys. I appreciate your support. You guys are the bomb.com, yo. And I feel like it's like they so badly wanted to devalue you because they want to gaslight themselves into thinking that you're something you're completely not. Like for instance, if you shine your light, they might distort that as, oh my God, they're so desperate for fame and attention. Meanwhile, they're like sleeping with all different people for attention. It's like, why else would you be doing that? It's like, what? Like, these are the types of people I'm talking about, y'all. They're so like energy draining because they don't even make sense. And it's like, but they don't think about, they don't have self-awareness, they don't care. And they don't have any bandwidth for like empathy for others. So it's like, if they perceive you as a way, there's really nothing you can do about it, really. Besides prove that they're wrong just by living your life for a specific amount of time. Through time and consistency, eventually, it's like, it's going to be hard to argue because I mean, look at how they show up. I mean, like look at the work that they did. Or it's like, this is the type of person that would be like, oh my God, they're a gold digger. They're just using them for money. And like, meanwhile, it's like, you've never used anyone for money. In fact, you run two businesses, or it's like, you've never like even went to a bar with the intention of finding a person to pay for your drink, even, let's just say, which I'm not judging anybody who does that, because that's like probably normal. But it's like, let's just say you're that like self-reliant. And it's like, everything you've built and everything that you do backs that concept, but they've done everything to distort it somehow. And it's like, while also trying to destroy your foundations, like over time, like slow, like chip away at them, so that you feel, oh no, why am I not getting the results that I used to get? Or, you know, so that you question, so that you're insecure, you know, so that you wonder, so that you, it's diabolical, y'all. Anyway, these are the energies I've been channeling. So let's do the reading now, shall we? After this energy check, I'll be available for personal readings. My discounted rates while on live are still going for the $15 minis, as well as $30 full readings. If at any point you would like one, just let me know in the comments, and you will be bumped to priority, preferably in between the energy checks, y'all. Okay, so that took way longer than I thought it would. I'm so sorry. But I feel like some of those messages were important for somebody, for multiple people. So that was that. Now let's do the reading, okay? Because I'm spent, okay?